Hello and welcome to the podcast, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. How are you guys doing? Both all right?
Yeah, not too bad.
Absolutely sound. I am absolutely drained of energy.
Oh,
I've been to the gym,
nice.
smashed it. I did the pre-workout. That's why my face is a bit red, and I am itching to high fuck. But yeah, I am. I can't lie. I'm pretty drained, but we've got a few topics that hopefully won't exert me too far. I might exert you, Jordan, because I don't know if you'll be very happy with the topic of this podcast, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, the deep sea.
Yeah.
It's not great, is it?
It's not. It's literally one of your worst. Oh, is it really a phobia? Would you say it's a phobia of yours?
I wouldn't say phobia. I'd just say it's not ideal for me.
No, not ideal. Not optimum conditions.
Yeah, not what I'd actively seek to do.
Yeah. And then mix that with gold sovereign rings, and you're
finding buried treasure on a pirate ship at the bottom of the sea would be up there with my worst nightmare.
Yeah, perhaps that's what it is. You just haven't connected it. It's the fact it's nothing to do with the deep sea. It's just all the gold that's down there.
Yeah.
What would be better if it was? What sort of treasure would you rather find in there?
What, in the sea?
Yeah,
I was going to say electronics, but that wouldn't work.
It could be packed in an airtight container.
I don't know, because the water kind of destroys anything that isn't like precious materials, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty screwed. Pretty screwed, really.
Yeah. It does sound like you're screwed, but I mean, it's not. I don't think it's a great situation for anyone. Looking at some of the creatures that we've got coming up, I don't think it's. I wouldn't say it's like up there with my greatest fears, but I'm definitely not doing it for fun.
No,
on a level. But what I thought we'd talk about first is there's a bit of a new revelation, rather, with the Titanic. They have been able to scan it, basically create a digital copy of the wreckage of the Titanic at the bottom of the seabed. And it is really detailed. In one of the images that's been compiled, you can actually see the serial number of one of the propellers on it, which is so cool. I think it's made up of like almost 750 or over 715,000 images.
Wow.
So it's like a digital scan of it. It looks really cool. I'll play the video and talk about the article. But after that, we will go into the depths of hell with the creatures in the deep sea.
Titanic, did it split in half, or is that now found to be false?
I don't know if it necessarily split in half. I think there was definitely a bit that kind of separate or split. I don't think it was like in half.
Yeah, apparently I read an article with like a survivor, and it did go up. Like in the movie, it did actually raise like that. Yeah. But like I say, I don't think it's split in half. I think as maybe the water got into like the front bit, and then which would cause the lift. But yeah, it did. I don't know whether it went as high as it did in the movie, but this guy who was on there, survivor, he was like he jumped off the back and just missed one of the propellers.
Oh wow,
mate! That bit in the film where the guy falls off the back and he just
bounces off it,
hangs it off the propeller.
Yeah,
10 out of 10. I mean, it's a good film. It is a good film. There's parts of it where I like switch off, but the disaster part, I'm like, yes, this is great. Yeah. But yeah, I'll put the video up on screen, and I'll give it a watch. So this
that is good, isn't it?
It's a scan of it.
Fucking hell!
It's really detailed.
Oh wow! The imagery will reveal groundbreaking details about Titanic's last few hours. Look at that.
Jesus. I mean, the fact it's like landed that way as well, like pretty much. Upright. It looks quite modern there, doesn't it? When you look at obviously like the shape.
Yeah. But where's the one of the propeller? Ah, there it is. You can see like in the middle there is like a number, you can see part of the serial number of the propeller,
Yeah.
which is
That's
cool.
insane.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's interesting though they've got that technology that they could obviously potentially like scan loads of areas down there, you know, like for treasure and stuff.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I mean that I don't know what processes you use, but it takes away the visibility issues, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. How deep? How far down is the Titanic?
It is 3,800 meters.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
I mean, that's a real deep part of the sea then.
that's a long way down.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put those pictures up. I'll scroll through because there's a few more images, but I'll put these images up whilst I'll just read out the article. The first ever full-size digital replica of the Titanic has been created, and experts say it could be used to unlock secrets of the world's most famous shipwreck. Scientists have created what they have labeled a digital twin of the passenger liner, which sank into the Atlantic in 1912 after hitting an iceberg while on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York. Southampton know what that sinking feeling feels like. Sorry about that. Slight dig. About 1,500 people died in the sinking, which remains one of the biggest shipping disasters in world history. The digital twin of the shipwreck was created using deep sea mapping of the real Titanic, which lies 3,800 meters or 12,500 feet down in the Atlantic. It is so detailed that even a serial number on the blade of one of the ship's propellers can be made out in the 3D images, which is the one I showed you a minute ago. And experts believe the digital replica could be used by scientists to work out new details about how the passenger liner sank. Park Stephenson, a Titanic expert who has studied the ship for the last 20 years, described the project as a true game changer. What we are seeing for the first time is an accurate and true depiction of the entire wreck and debris site, he said. I'm seeing details that none of us have ever seen before, and this allows me to build upon everything that we have learned to date and see the wreck in a new light. We've got actual data that engineers can take to examine the true mechanics behind the breakup and the sinking, and thereby get even closer to the story of the Titanic disaster. For the next generation of Titanic exploration, research, and analysis, this is the beginning of a new chapter. The digital twin was created by deepwater specialist Magellan using more than 715,000 images and full 4K video footage of the wreck, which were taken using two submarines named Romeo and Juliet.
Nice.
Jesus.
Great names for it. The submarines mapped every millimeter of the wreck, which split into two parts as it sank, so it did split into two parts. They also mapped a 3-mile debris field surrounding the wreck. Previous optical images of the ship had been limited by low light levels and often poor water quality around the wreckage. Magellan's Gerhard Seifert, who led the planning for the expedition, said the company's digital twin provides a highly accurate photorealistic 3D model of the wreck. This model will allow people to zoom out and take a look at the entire thing for the first time, he said. So by capturing this 3D model, what we're able to do is visualize the wreck in a completely new way. There's all kinds of amazing small details that you can see. This is the Titanic as no one had ever seen it before. Richard Parkinson, founder of Magellan, described the results of his team's project as astonishing. Over the course of the Titanic's project, the volume of data that we have acquired was enormous, around 715,000 images and some 16 terabytes of data, he said. We believe that this data is approximately 10 times larger than any underwater 3D model that's ever been attempted before, which is crazy.
So where's the back half?
There you go.
Oh, what? Yeah, so where's the rear? Or did it just break off into bits of debris in the 3-mile radius?
Let me see if I can see a bigger picture of it. Is that? I think this is the front, this side.
Yeah. Because they've got the propeller, haven't they? So it's like, oh yeah, maybe that just broke down towards the back. The front looks all right.
But that is absolutely incredible. But if they could get that close, can they not go inside and map a bit of the inside?
I'd imagine they probably. I don't know how big the submarines were. To be fair,
Yeah.
you imagine they'd be able to at some point get inside and map the inside.
Yeah. As the technology gets smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mad
it's
shit.
That is
so
phenomenal.
cool.
It's very
When I
creepy.
first saw the image, I was like, no, that's an artist's drawing. It's got to be.
Yeah.
And then obviously I read into it further. They've actually just got 2 submarines and did the scans, which is cool.
Yeah.
My dad's got a really cool picture from a guy who we used to work for called Beacon of Cows, and on the Isle of Wight, he lived in Cows. So, but his dad went out on a boat and took the picture of the boat leaving Southampton.
Really?
So it's
wow.
it's an actual picture of the boat leaving. Yeah, it's cool. I think it's at my dad's house. So I have to get a picture of it. Super cool.
Wow.
It's cool.
It's just mad seeing it on the water. Just like obviously that was, he was there and saw it and took a
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah. There was what was it? Because I did it. Oh, actually, no. The video goes out tonight on Facebook. Did a video, photos taken just before tragic moments, and one that it'll probably be in part 2. It's not in part 1. But there was a photograph. It was like a photograph of the Titanic, but it was taken from another boat that was on the water. So it was like, and it's thought to be one of the last images taken just before the iceberg.
Right, interesting.
Yeah. But
yeah, I always think that it's mad. Like I look at that picture and I'm like, all those people on there.
Yeah.
Like, and he's and that obviously you've got a connection because you kind of the person or know the person that took the picture. And it's like, if only you knew.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
yeah, absolutely.
Cool picture.
Yeah.
I feel like
that.
Go
like,
ahead, sorry.
How many people survived? Because I think it was over 1,000. Oh no, 706. Yeah, so there's 2,240 passengers and crew, and 706 people survived.
Jeez, it's not a great ratio, is it? What's that, 30% ratio or something?
Yeah. As of today, there are no. Yeah, and then the final Titanic survivor passed away in 2009. I think was a 2-month-old baby on the Titanic. Yeah. But yeah, but I know what you're saying. 100%, like it's only 100%. It's only 30%. But I know what you're saying. But at the same time, like it must have been It must have been like quite a slow, not a slow process, but for 700 of them to get off, and survive,
If the film's anything to go by, like a lot of them were the richer.
Yeah,
because they gave
the rich, the women, and the children.
Yeah.
But there was a guy, a Japanese man. It was like one of the last lifeboats, and like basically all the women and children had got off at this point, and so there was a space for him. So he got on, and he survived. And for the rest of his life in Japan, he was treated as just like the most dishonorable man that's ever lived, because even though it was like the space was there, I could just get on it, like, but up until the day he died, he was treated as a dishonorable person, which is tragic. You fucking survived the Titanic.
It's almost like people think, well, you should have just sacrificed yourself, you should have died, like you shouldn't be alive.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's horrible.
Just quickly, this is a huge left turn, but Connor Murray in the chat, he messaged me on Patreon this week. He has become a father this week, so congratulations, Connor.
Congrats.
He says, new APMA fan inbound. Thank you.
Let's go.
That's it. Congratulations, mate. But the Titanic is those images are incredible. I just want to get. I don't want to sound spoiled, but I want to see on the inside.
I want to go inside now.
I do.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, 3,000 meters. Was it 12,000 feet? Did they say
12,500 feet?
Yeah, that's well past any human capability.
Oh yeah, by a long distance.
I've swum on the inside of a sunken ship.
How was that?
Just I mean, it sounds better than it is.
Yeah,
It's just like obviously underwater, everything's dirty, like
dark.
Yeah, it's dark. It's just. But I mean, it was a cool. I think I've said it about it before. It's called Zenobia in Cyprus, and it's a car ship that was on its side. And
Yeah.
it had some of the old vans still connected by the chains, which were hanging, which was like the highlight of it. But yeah, swimming inside wasn't. It was a bit scary because you know, you've only got a certain amount of oxygen in your tank, and you're down fairly deep in places, so you have to be careful, and you could get lost. So that was like we weren't allowed to go fully exploring through it, but like you could get lost or trapped, or there's lots of like dangers down there. But it was interesting.
When I went snorkeling on holiday, I know it's not even remotely the same, but what the point I'm going to make is like, so I tried to, because I had like flippers on, I tried to go down. Like, I've never had any training on scuba stuff. I tried to go down like 2 meters, and the pressure in my fucking head was unreal. Apparently, you got to like, you got like every now and then you got
Either way, as you submerge, which is it's the hardest part, and it's a part I struggled with. It's why I haven't done any diving for a long time. Like last time I tried to do it was in Thailand, but I had a perforated eardrum.
Because you basically got to like, it's like being on a plane. You got to pop your ears.
Yeah, keep going down. Probably not being on a plane, but it's constant. You have to keep doing it. Some people suffer more with others. Like I know friends who can't dive because of it. And other people just literally straight down, like a few little pops, and then they're fine. But it's agony when you can't do it because you can't go any deeper until you sort it out. But the pressure just keeps building up and up. But yeah, once you kind of crack it, it's good.
Yeah, I know. Like I say, I literally tried to go down like 2 meters to see a turtle, and I just couldn't do it. And the pressure, I was like, how the hell do people go like 40 meters?
Also, as well, when you're free diving, and also you got a wetsuit on, which is buoyant, so you'll be fighting against that. So yeah, not ideal.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I remember when I went to Cyprus. This was ages ago. This was probably like 10, 12 maybe. I went snorkeling, and it's obviously been placed there. There was some money at the bottom of this seabed. It weren't like very deep, but it was deeper than I could get to, and that's probably why it was there. But both me and my sister tried to dive down and get it. And I remember I had a snorkel and a pair of goggles, and mid me going down, my goggles started to slip off. So then I just like took them off on the way down, and I lost them. I could see them. They were floating down to where the money was, and I was like, "Oh, now I've lost my goggles. I'm never going to be able to get it." So when I couldn't get the goggles back, I just had the snorkel, handed it back because we rented them from this place.
No!
They were like, "You're going to have to pay for that." And I was like, I was so disappointed with myself, and so was my mum, because she shouted at me. It's like, "I can't believe you lost the goggles, you twat!"
So there's someone there with the goggles and the money diving down to get paid.
I was like, why are the goggles and the fucking snorkel not connected? I thought they were, because I think most of them are normally.
Most of them are, no.
It's just the allure of the money. That's what I felt like. Oh, that's it. Just I've caned myself by trying to get that money, and now I've lost more money.
Yeah.
Just on that, I've seen a guy who's invented. I can't remember what it's called, but I see it on Instagram pop up, and it's like a little mini canister, and it's so you put it in your mouth, and it gives you about half an hour worth of.
Oh wow!
Like 20 minutes, half an hour. So like you can it's my way, just carry it around, and you can just go exploring loads of cool places, and just spend like 20 minutes down there, or have it like as a backup or whatever. But yeah, it's well cool. It's like, and you can. I've seen it. Yeah, I think you can fill it up. It's quite easy to like recycle and fill it up. I don't know how you do that with like pressurized air or whatever, but yeah, it's cool. I was like, that's such handy thing to have.
Yeah, because with like scuba gear, I take it you just have like a time allowance. There's no like you can't read like a meter on your wrist or anything that says, "Oh, you've got this much oxygen left." I guess they just give you a time.
No, you've got a thing. You've got a valve, so you've got a
fair
thing
enough.
how much you got in tank. But like the deeper you go, the more oxygen you breathe.
Yeah.
So you have to time your dive. So like if you're like a couple of meters, obviously because air compresses, and you're still breathing the same amount of air. So if you're like if you're a shallow dive, you can last ages. But the deeper you go, that's why like proper deep dives are really dangerous.
Yeah.
And also another thing, so that's an important part of the diving is you can get dive watches that do it all for you, but you have to go through the manual process. You have to time your dive so that obviously if you're down at a depth and you've got you're like, oh, I've got 5 minutes at 40 meters, then you have to have increments coming up to decompress. You can't just come up to the top.
No.
So you have to, if you time that wrong, then
you're fucked. Surely.
Yeah. So like you get the bends.
Oof,
time it wrong. So it is important.
Bends. It sounds awful.
That is truly horrible.
Yeah, horrific. Yeah.
I don't know where I heard this. It might have been another podcast. It might even have been the Sunny podcast. So I don't know how accurate it is, but there was I think it was a bridge that's being built, and I'm sure it was in America. It might have been the San Francisco Bridge, but I'm sure it was in America. The workers used to had to go down like a set of stairs to the foundations of where the bridge was going to be made, right? And by the end of their shift, they're obviously absolutely knackered by having to walk up these basically stairs, right? So the owner of the project, who was running the project, said, "I'm going to be nice. I'm going to put in a lift that goes to the bottom, back up to the top relatively quickly, so they ain't got to walk for ages to get to the top." And there's a group of workers who decided not to. They didn't know about the bends at this point. That no one knew about it. So there was a group of workers who go, "Oh, that's great. We can get to the bottom in like maybe a few minutes, as opposed like a few hours or a couple of hours." So the people that went in the lift obviously went down and then back up again quite quickly. People who walked around the staircase or up the stairs, they were okay because they were decompression was happening gradually. Whereas the people who were going in the lift, they got the bends and they died when a couple of days afterwards or a day afterwards. It's crazy.
Jesus.
I don't know the exact. I've heard it from another podcast, so it might not even be true.
I've heard that as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it was the Sunny Pod. I'm sure it was the Sunny Pod that I watched maybe a few weeks ago. But it's just crazy how the bloke tried to make it easier for the workers and ended up effectively causing their death.
And this was when they were building a bridge.
I'm sure it was a bridge.
Oh, so like down into the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's weird, isn't it?
Because how are they using stairs or a lift?
The lift must have been in the water, but obviously, like, it must have been pressurized. Is it good? I don't know. Don't know how that works. But it must be something to do with the pressure. It must have been deep
Yeah, I'd imagine it would have been fairly deep.
But also, it's weird because then if you opened it up at the bottom, unless that was sealed, it would stay the same pressure. Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, it's weird. Very bizarre.
It might be completely false. I don't know, but I just heard it on a podcast. But the bends is disgusting.
Those when they work on those bridges, I've seen there's an image somewhere of it's like they're building like the base of a bridge, and they've got like huge walls either side, and then it's just and then all water's around it. Obviously, and then at the bottom they're like working, and it's big because they got trucks and stuff in there, and it's like imagine the pressure on the sides of those.
Yeah.
Whatever they are, like it must be like metal or whatever. Yeah, it's just oh my god, how do they get it in, and then the pressure on it must be as well. They look wet as well in the picture. It's like fucking hell, like you can pay me whatever you want. Like, there's no way I'd be going down there. Just knowing that any minute it could just burst.
Yeah, that's horrific. That is horrendous.
I don't recommend the bends to anyone. Just
no. Isn't that nitrogen in your blood expanding? Is that what it is?
I think so. I think I remember someone saying it was something to do with nitrogen trying to escape or expand.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's as well as the oxygen expands as well. So if
Hell,
because when you're down at a depth, if you get a balloon and you spray a little bit of oxygen in it from your tank, so like say you put in that much, and then you let it go, as it goes up, it keeps expanding and then it bursts, and that's essentially what happens to you, because that air is compressed that goes into there. So although you've got that much air in it down at the bottom, it's compressed air. So as it goes up, then it expands. And that compressed air, you're breathing it in. So if you were to go up with that in you, it's going to expand.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's horrendous.
That's why freediving is different. That's why people can freedive, because they're taking the air from the top, and then as they freedive down, that air is compressing within them. So that's why you don't get the bends if you freedive.
Right.
Yeah. So, like in theory, it won't expand any bigger than what it was when you breathed it in.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, so it's just from the top, it'll just decrease, and that's why you can only freedive at a certain level, because there's only a certain amount you can go down.
Interesting.
Crazy.
I had I might have missed out, but I had the opportunity when I went on holiday to have diving lessons. But I just thought, I don't want to be on holiday in a classroom. And B, I just don't know. Diving's just scary to me. Don't know. But yeah, I had the opportunity for, I think it was like 10 hours or something of lessons, not of diving, of lessons.
Yeah, a couple of hours.
And then like a few hours in the water. But yeah, I just passed on it.
Depends where you are as well. Some diving is shit. Like some of it's really good. Like it depends where you got. If there's something there, if you got good visibility. Like if you get down too deep, there's nothing there.
Just darkness.
It's just dark into the darkness. So like snorkeling in places is as good as diving. Almost anyway. I would say.
Yeah,
definitely does
see
depend
more
on the environment.
Yeah,
get all the coral reefs in that. You know what I mean?
Which are all dead.
Well, there's still a few, I'm sure, somewhere. They're dying, to speak.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's move on to the truly horrific creatures that live in the deep sea. I'll pick this one. Because this one is, and look, it looks like the embodiment of the most horrific fish I've ever seen.
Isn't it strange how the deeper you go, like things get translucent?
Yeah.
There
must be a reason.
Yeah, I don't really know why. Unless it's two things: either the fish get better sight in the dark, or whatever's down there gets better sight in the dark. But then they counteract that by becoming transparent, so the fish don't actually see the other fish. It's weird how that works.
Is it to do with the sunlight as well? Obviously, they never see any sunlight, so they don't get whatever the sunlight offers. They don't get any of that ever. So it changes their skin.
Yeah, like even their teeth are translucent.
The eyes.
It's like we might even look at one. It looks similar to that, just with a fucking light bulb on its head, like that fish. That has its own light.
Anglerfish.
How the fuck does that evolve into that?
Yeah.
How does that even work?
Yeah, they're definitely alien-like. Like if these things aren't like other places in the universe, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, because that just that's like if humans were fucking in the dark all the time, so we evolved to have basically a fucking lamp coming from our body. Like how the fuck does that? How would that even happen?
We've developed a limb that can carry a lantern.
Illuminate.
Like if you look at an octopus, what an octopus can do.
Oh, octopus are aliens, man.
So
they're
it's like,
fucking...
what you can evolve to do is fucking insane.
It's crazy.
Like we evolved, obviously our brains and stuff. So I guess maybe we evolved intelligence to survive. But like, why the fuck didn't we evolve into something that can camouflage ourselves or our skin, like chameleons and octopus and things like that? Like, surely that is a very, very useful skill to have, to be able to change your skin to replicate your surroundings. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, I think it's weird, isn't it? Evolution. It's so gradual, and
Yeah.
obviously our brains, we didn't need it because our brains are like too
Yeah.
clever, basically.
Yeah.
We figured other stuff out. But yeah, I find evolution
I would have taken
fascinating.
slowing our brains down a bit to have the
Oh
ability
yeah, to be
camouflage.
fully camouflaged. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mad.
That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
there's some stuff down in the sea that's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, this I think they grow these ones like around about 6 inches long, and obviously,
Oh, okay.
I mean, the eyes for me are enough to steal a soul. I'm looking at them, I'm just like that is disgusting. I can
Yeah.
see.
It's like a little piranha, see-through piranha.
Yeah,
As well, if you think so, these things have evolved. I think this might be to do with their skin as well. They're under so much pressure, like from the water above them.
Yeah.
That their bone structure's completely different.
yeah. How it's 6 inches long? How does it not just fucking
Yeah,
collapse? How the fuck
yeah,
is that
because
still?
those things down at that level, but to be operating in it and like having a living thing down there, those pressures. I mean, that just shows what evolution can do.
Yeah.
Because its eyes don't act like normal, because there's no light down there, is there? So it's like they act differently.
It's crazy.
It
The
is.
next one, I'll put up in a second. The next one, it truly gives me goosebumps, and
Cool.
I just don't want it to be a thing, and I refuse to accept that it exists. This thing. What is that?
Oh, wow.
What is that?
It's like an eel. I've never seen one of those before. It's like an eel with a fucking giant mouth.
Yeah.
Gulper
Think,
eel.
think like a pelican, right?
It's not actually
But
an eel.
an
It's a
eel.
fish. The gulper eel isn't actually a true eel. It's
Thousand
just
feet.
another kind of fish.
It's
They're
disgusting.
10,000 feet. Might be a few of them on the Titanic.
That's it. The teeth, though, the size of the mouth and the teeth.
Yeah, and they're bioluminescent.
Mm.
Mad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a snake, isn't it? What's that bioluminescence?
I think it's like glow in the dark, isn't it? I might be wrong. Let me have a quick. What is bioluminescence?
Bioluminescence.
The biochemical emission of light by living organisms such as glowworms and deep sea fish.
Ah.
So they're like, yeah, they glow. They emit light.
I just these things on the top of the head. I'm guessing they're the eyes. I don't know what else they'd be.
Yeah.
I mean, they can actually eat things bigger than they are.
Yes.
That mouth is huge.
Yeah,
That's so weird. I mean, like if you drew that with a pencil, you'd be like, "That's a shit drawing." Like that mouth is too big.
Yeah.
It's all out of proportion, mate.
That is like even look, the jaw goes past the bottom of the body.
Yeah, I feel like it's got super stretchy skin, and it
has to be able to consume. And then you look at its tail; it must shit it out of there. So must have a hell of a digestive system.
It's a weird thing. Weird. I mean, it's got sharp teeth, so you'd assume it needs them to like chew something.
Yeah,
it's not just like getting plankton.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
it's literally like how we fish in boats. I imagine that's how it feeds. Just swim into shit.
Yeah.
And just catch it in the mouth and chew it if it needs to.
Imagine there's planets out there which are water and have got a hot core, and there's just giant ones of these. Absolutely humongous. Just swimming around, just like.
And then they develop legs. And
we want to find. We're like, even if you find them, just leave them. Don't even just go. Yeah, we've not. Just ignore that.
Yeah.
We found the aliens, and guess what? You don't want to know about them.
Yeah, leave them there, because if they evolve to like eat humans,
this is the thing, right? With the ocean, because you see shit like that. Like the ocean is what 80% of the planet. Meteors hit the ocean all the time, Like they like you look at octopus and stuff, like they could have just been bacteria millions of years ago on a meteorite, hit the ocean, and then just evolve from there, because this shit just looks, it just makes no sense. It just
I
doesn't
always
make
find water fascinating. So, like, if you just leave a bowl of water in your garden,
yeah,
it
What's that
just
happening?
springs to life with,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? Obviously, like mosquitoes and just different things, and you're like,
yeah.
yeah. It's
Did you
like
see
you're
that
just-
guy who, I think he got sued? That guy who was just like creating loads and loads and loads of frogs in his garden, and then he released them. He released like 1 million frogs, and they were like, they're gonna destroy the fucking eco thingy in the local area.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he just had like a bucket, and he just kept fucking like what do you call it? Just making more
Breeding
newts.
them.
Yeah, breeding newts and
Yeah.
newts and newts and newts and newts, and then they turned into frogs, and then he just released them.
I'm a
And they're
frog.
like, "What have you done?"
I mean, I like collecting tadpoles and stuff, but that's it.
Yeah.
So, like, just I mean, it must not have had anything to do.
And
Watching.
just sort of destroy the.
I love the way you contain. I mean, because I must have needed to eat shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must have had a big garden.
Man,
That's a brilliant
it's-
story, though. That's
it's cool. I mean, it's not cool. Don't do it, but it is funny.
Yeah,
it's fun.
you type in "man breeds," it comes up straight away. Millions of frogs. A man is attempting to create a frog army from 2.8 million tadpoles, despite warnings the stunt could have damaging consequences. The mission is being undertaken by anonymous TikToker at Thin Frog, who has amassed 2.5 million followers and over 24 million likes for their content. This was in April, late April.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's making an army.
I mean, it's getting him.
He's going to take
getting
over.
him views and some notoriety, isn't it? Fair play.
Yeah.
The frogs
Imagine they just consume him. There's just no food. They just eat him.
Maybe that's what he wants. He wants to be a frog.
Maybe.
Frog man.
Yeah. A frog man.
It's just in his back garden. It's just making.
Imagine living next to that.
I know.
I mean, there's not even a law against it, is there? It's like, because it's just so weird.
Isn't it?
Oh shit! Is that the images of it? Fucking millions of them.
There's millions. I just want to see what. I'm just trying to see what harm is, because they did say what harm it's going to do.
Yeah, I guess
it could cause mass extinction of other fucking species in the area.
Sick.
The man's an animal. He's a frog.
Literally.
Maybe he's a frog.
Don't frogs as well? They always come back to the same place they were born.
Oh god!
So all of those fuckers. Do you know what I mean? There'll be loads like you'll be losing loads of them as they escape and get away, and then they'll all. I mean, that house, it's always going to have frogs come back to it
forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
That's funny. But yeah, that's a man who's making a frog army.
Wow, that is funny.
All the extinction events that are happening, and it turns out the reason why the planet's going to die is because the bloke's just breeding frogs.
Yeah. Out of everything.
No, wait. Well, let's add to that. So he's made an army of 2.5 million frogs, right? Then Putin drops the nuke. The nuclear fallout just covers his village, mutates the frogs. We've got a serious issue. We've got a serious issue.
We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Oh fuck! We thought Russia was the worst to happen.
It's starting to develop a light on top of its head so it can see in the dark, and it's actually got a firearm into it, like literally one of its limbs.
Oh dear! There you go.
Terrible, already.
That's what could happen here.
Let's do the next one. Vampire squid.
Oh, that's terrifying, but that is also fucking cool looking.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like a Pokemon character.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, most of these are probably good. I mean, the people.
I just look at squid, man. There's no way that fucker came from this planet.
It does
It just
look
isn't.
weird.
I mean, it looks like an umbrella, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think the reason why it's called vampire squid is because of the cape-like. It looks like a cape in between its.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, from the web.
Yeah, I don't think it actually
inside out.
scratched blood or anything. It's crazy. 2,000, 3,000 feet down. Yeah. It's not a looker. Not a looker.
No, it got its name from its webbing, which can turn inside out and cover with itself with it, like a vampire's black cloak. When it needs to hide, its webbing is also covered with fleshy spines. And if the vampire squid gets agitated enough, it will shoot blue bioluminescent mucus out of its arm tips to daze predators so it can swim away into the darkness. Wow. Yeah, they're not nice, are they? They're not nice.
I can't even work out which way up it is.
No.
Like where, do you know what I mean? That looks like its mouth, but then its eyes under its mouth. So then it's the umbrella on its head.
Or is the mouth like behind, like under the eyes, but behind the umbrella-y bit?
Yeah.
It's just a red mass with tentacles, and in between the tentacles, what looks like cloaks.
Yeah, it just don't look. Yeah, it's not.
Cloaks.
It's ugly, isn't it? It's an ugly.
That is horrible.
It's not the one. It's not the one. This one.
Oh my!
Fuck you!
That is nightmare. Oh, yeah, actually, say it's nightmare fuel. That is nightmare fuel.
Oh my!
That's horrendous.
That is. This is one of the ones that has the light on the top. I believe the anglerfish.
Why did that deserve to evolve a lamp?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like they lure the prey to them through the light.
Yeah,
that's like a scene in Finding Nemo, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, look at the teeth, man. The teeth.
It's evolution. It didn't need straight teeth.
That's it. Janky looking teeth.
The more
They're
they're
like
all over the
needles.
shop, the better.
It
looks a bit like Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the fucking whiskers on it as well.
Yeah.
Out of the like
lips.
Yeah. It's just everything about that screams.
Yeah, that is. It's
Yeah,
just like I mean, I know this is basically fish in a nutshell, but it's just a giant face with a tail.
Mm. Yeah, it's all face, isn't it?
Yeah.
All face. Like
that is terrifying.
Their mouths are so big that they just literally their like head is their whole body.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 70% head and 30% tail.
They dangle a fleshy growth on their head in front of their mouth to lure in their meal.
It's disgusting, man.
That's fucking horrible.
I mean, imagine you're hungry and you're heading towards that. You think you're gonna get some nice food or a worm or whatever, and then you get there and then nuts there.
That's horrific. Isn't it? That is horrific.
You're not getting out of those teeth, are you, either?
No.
That's the last thing you see.
Yeah.
Unless you think you're going to munch on a nice little mealworm.
Then you get devoured.
Yep.
What a true horrific sight. And on that note, we'll get rid of these because they're making me a bit queasy. Let's try and make a dent in this horror tier list.
15 minutes to change.
That's it.
On the podcast. Oh, you can't watch this one.
Oh yeah.
She's not good. Right, how you go, Bubba? Go on. Say hello, then you have to go because it's live.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, you can't join in on this, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, we literally joined.
There's this one. These older films. Look at it.
You could see a midget in that.
Yeah, we'll try and get through this
How many we got left?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean, we could speed it in 15 minutes. This is possible.
We got about easily, I'd say, 40 left. I reckon.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 30. We actually have 40 exactly, yeah.
Oh, there we go. I suppose.
We have
Okay.
40 remaining.
Yeah,
40. Do it.
Yeah.
Come on, right.
I think what we'll do, we'll stretch it out to another episode, but we'll try and just get as much as we possibly can done. Just because I feel like if we start speeding them, we won't go through like the good points of this films, like almost speed run it. We could do a kind of collection because they're for some reason put Saw 2, 3, and I don't even know what Saw film that is. Maybe the original Saw. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the next one we've got is the Poltergeist. I've not seen that, so I don't know how good that is.
I mean, it's. I think it's iconic, isn't it?
Yeah.
What house is that from? The Poltergeist. It's not thingy, is it? Where is Poltergeist set? California. Stephen is a successful real estate agent, and Diane looks after their 3 children. Okay, that's the synopsis. But yeah, I haven't seen that one. Have you seen it, Dan?
No, I'm just looking at it now.
We've got one that snuck in. There should be
I feel like there's an original Poltergeist, isn't there? And then there's
Is that not that one?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure. Was the Poltergeist movie Curse? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, the Poltergeist Curse is a rumored curse attached to the Poltergeist trilogy and its crew, derived from the deaths of 2 young cast members in the 6 years between the releases of the first and third films. Right, rumors and the surrounding deaths were explored in 2002 episode of E! Yeah, 4 cast members died during and soon after the filming.
Really? I mean, that's a bit worrying.
Yeah.
The making of Poltergeist. Behind the scenes documentary of the making of Steven Spielberg's suburban ghost story. Yeah, I can't really remember too much about it, but there's a remake of it apparently in 2015.
Yes.
That might be that one. I haven't actually seen it. So it's going to have to go and haven't seen.
Yeah.
Saw, I'm going to be honest, don't rate Saw.
I swear, have we not rated one? Because we were saying about how the ending.
Yeah, I'm sure we covered. Where did we put that one? Because we were talking about that at the end when you get the
maybe we just looked through them.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I think the Saw movies are okay. Like, I do like the endings of them where it all comes together.
Yeah, I think the first one was definitely good.
The first one was cool. The second one was in like that torture house with the cool twist where it was actually like you thought they were watching it live, but actually it had already happened. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I do like the twist.
The kid was in the safe.
They are a little bit samey. But yeah, I did like the first one. It's one of those ones. It was different at the time.
Yeah,
I can only really remember one Saw film. I'm sure I've watched more than one, but the one that I remember is where they are like literally in cells next to each other. The bloke's got to cut a bit of his flesh off to put it in this dish to make him not essentially die. And
that's one of the games at the start. There's always like a horrific game at the start of each film, isn't there? I can't remember which one that is. Yeah, it's a pound of flesh, isn't it?
Yeah.
and then I think the woman just says like, "Oh fuck it," and cuts her arm off or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she cuts her arm off.
But yeah, I mean they're good. Like they are what they are, aren't they? You know what I mean? It's like it's literally designed just to freak you out.
It's a bit like a Would You Rather on steroids.
Yeah. Would you rather die or maim yourself?
Yeah.
You know.
There's always like a weird what's the word? There's always like a bit of a weird point to the story, isn't it? That they almost deserve it, you know, but they don't really.
Yeah.
I'd probably go okay.
Yeah. So we get rid of all three of them.
We'll put them all in a.
I got the box set. Well, I had the box set up to 6 or 7, and then they were like, "We're going to make another one, and another one, and another one." Scream. This isn't scary. I always get Scream and Scary Movie mixed up. Scream is the serious one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So similar, which kind of says it all, really. I think.
I'm not like I think personally, the Scream series, Ghostface, out of all of those like iconic killers, you know, Jason and Michael and Freddy, I feel like Ghostface is by far the weakest.
Yeah. I mean, I think Scary Movie is a better film.
Yeah, and it's literally a spoof.
Yeah. So, and the fact, like I say, you get it mixed up. Like there's scenes in it, I don't know which one was from Scary Movie or which is from that. So getting a horror mixed up with a joke film, it kind of says.
Yeah, it's not good. So I'd actually say the Scream movie. Well, see, this is where it's going to upset people because Ashton says Scream has to be in classic. It spawned a whole new genre of horror, but I think that Scream is bad.
Yeah, I don't know what the trouble with that genre of horror. It just wasn't scary.
Yeah.
What else did it spawn?
It's just a slasher. I mean, I wouldn't say it spawned. When did it come out? Was it the early 90s?
Yeah, it's
See,
like horror.
So the fact you type in Scream, the fact you type in Scream and it comes up 14th of January 2022 because it's regarding the fuck
like worth a watch, but just in my opinion of it, it doesn't it's not up there with horrors. I'm not thinking of that.
Are we collectively putting it in bad?
I think so. Okay. And by the way, the 2022 movie, I watched it on the plane, I think, back from Dubai. It is fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my God, this is a film. Sinister. Man, Sinister might be a masterpiece.
Really?
Yeah.
I do remember it being quite good when I watched it.
Scary, man.
But I remember it being unsettling and scary.
Scary. I think Sinister is one of the I feel like from 2010 to like 2000 and I guess you could say 2020 really, that era, what they call not the noughties, the teens, I don't know what they call them.
Yeah.
But you know, that era where you had like Insidious, Conjuring, Sinister, all that kind of stuff. I feel like it was a good period for horror, and I feel like Sinister is
I remember this.
At the top. It's the one where you've got what's his name? What's the actor?
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke is an author of like true crime, but what he does is he moves into the houses where the murders took place. But obviously, this is more supernatural. He sees all the tapes and stuff, and then that demon who's doing it all. And then you've got the reveal of the tapes as to what has actually happened. That basically the demon possesses the children and gets the children to murder their own families.
Yeah,
I thought it was fucking.
The hanging in the trees and
and the lawnmower and the fucking tying them to the sun lounges and then pulling them into the swimming pool. Nasty stuff.
Yeah.
This is for me at least in great, but it might be like you say, it might be part masterpiece if you guys think it is.
I'm masterpiece.
If you don't think it's quite there, I will happily accept great.
Yeah, I'm definitely great. I'm great.
Yeah, let's go for great, because there is a fine line. What have we actually got in masterpiece? Just remind us. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I feel it's weird. I feel like it is like you're right. At that period of time, there's so many like good ones that come out. Is it masterpiece? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think great's fair.
Yeah. Definitely great. If there's a great masterpiece, then it'd be in there for me.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, I've not watched this all the way through. I've seen snippets and clips of it. I need to watch this.
I mean,
yeah.
I think if Sinister was in the discussion, I feel like fucking Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, for me, it has to be
masterpiece, isn't it? Yeah, it is without a doubt.
I remember my friend telling me about it when we were like, I'd say 12 or 13 or 14. He watched it. Obviously, it was, and he told me. I just remember him telling about this scene, and I was like, I really wanted to watch it, but my parents wouldn't let me because I was 12 or 13.
Yeah.
But I remember when I watched it, I was like, oh, yeah, this is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? Because, as a film, is it a horror? I guess it is.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's not like a jumpy horror, but it is like a horror thriller.
Like Buffalo Bill and stuff.
Yeah. Some really fucked up bits in it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those films where you like the baddie as well. So
yeah. And obviously Anthony Hopkins was exceptional as
amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, it's from the 70s, incredibly dated, but it is awesome. You got that kind of iconic yet not weird ending where Leatherface is just like in the middle of the road, in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, just swinging his chainsaw around, just like fucking. But yeah, I mean, it's brutal.
I've seen the original. I've seen the remake, and I've actually really enjoyed that.
I like the remake. I thought the remake was fucking brutal.
Yeah, it's a shame that's not in here, really.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the original. You get bogged down with nostalgia in that. I think the original's good. I don't think it's any better, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember watching it, so I think that's a good call.
Sorry, Mid-South Drone Photography in the chat says Silence of the Lambs was filmed next door to where I live in Memphis.
Wow.
Wasn't it filmed in a jail cell?
Oh my God. It's coming live from a prison cell. No, that is very cool.
Although if it's is he saying next door is in the next state? Because then obviously the states are like bigger than, what was it?
Literally the building next door. I need to stop yawning, man. I need to start running. I feel lethargic.
Refuel.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, now.
Blair Witch Project.
This is a masterpiece, isn't it? Like everything about it. The ad campaign for it. They literally the marketing for this was 3 young people have literally gone into a forest and disappeared, and we've found the footage.
Yeah,
there was like a viral fucking internet campaign when the internet was in its fucking like infancy. It was fucking.
And I would say, or argue that this was one of the last ones that you could get away with pretending like there's the crossover where you didn't know between film and reality. Like it really, you questioned it, you didn't know, and that was probably the last time they could do that.
And also just a masterpiece of building tension, because if you boil it down, nothing actually happens. Nothing. You don't see a witch. You don't see anything. I think there's a bit where they're sleeping or trying to sleep at night.
There's still a shiver in it at the end. At the end, it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, sorry, mate. Come on here.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. And like there's a bit where they're at night in the tents, and I think you can kind of hear.
It's either a baby crying or kids laughing. I can't quite remember which one, but which was creepy as. But I just think it's exceptional for what that did. I mean, fucking hell! What was the budget?
I watched it at the cinema.
Oh, really?
I was lucky enough to watch it at the cinema.
Oh man, I bet that was great.
So that was like
it was made for $60,000.
amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit! No way. Paranormal Activity was made for $15,000.
Was it
Fucking
the
hell.
original?
Yeah, the original one. It's just come up because obviously I put the other one in. But yeah. And then, oh my God, sorry. But no wonder there was a series, all right. Paranormal Activity, to go on a tangent, was made. Oh, okay. So the production was 15,000. Then post-production, like marketing and stuff, was 215,000. But still, the film cost $230,000 to make and distribute. And it made $194 million at the box office. But that's ridiculous. But yeah,
I wonder how Blair Witch that must have made a ton as well.
Yeah. The Blair Witch blew it out of the water. So, the Blair Witch Project made $250 million at the box office.
Fucking hell,
Christ, man!
And that's in the late night. That's 99. That's
when money was worth money.
Yeah. It's crazy because it kind of just spawned this new popularization of found footage films, didn't it?
It was great. It was to do a whole movie from found footage and yet to be captivated the whole way through and like just questioning it, like. And you couldn't. The good thing about that is because the budget was low, it worked. Like the next one was shit because it was obviously it was a Hollywood blockbuster movie, and you had all the special effects and all the shit that lent. So it's just being a Hollywood film, but that was brilliant. Yeah, $60,000. That's mad.
It's crazy.
They filmed 20 hours of raw footage and then cut it down to 81 minutes.
Did they?
Yeah. I might. Do you know what? This is so interesting. I might actually make a video on how they made the Blair Witch Project. I think that'd be a really cool video.
Yeah, it would be.
But yeah, no, I love the Blair Witch Project. I think it's fucking, it's epic. And it's also, you got to give it its due. Like, all right, forests at night aren't the best to be in, but you the moment you're in a forest at night and then you think, even during the day, and then you think of Blair Witch Project, you think,
it freaks you out.
Yeah.
I'm going wild camping soon as well, and it's like, erase that from my memory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That The Conjuring. Do we put Blair Witch and Masterpiece?
Yes.
Yeah. The Conjuring is excellent. Bathsheba, I think, is the antagonist. Obviously based on true events. Although it's weird, like the Conjuring house in this is like a really nice, big, typical like American house.
But the actual one
is like a fucking shack.
Yeah.
But you can go there. They like paranormal investigators going there. Obviously, I'd love to fucking go there. There's a big wall for you to sign. But yeah, it's an awesome movie. I think it's the strongest of the three so far. There's 3 Conjuring movies in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's 3. And was this the first one that they did based on their experiences, or
yes, yeah.
It just like spawned a complete multi-series of different franchises within the same, obviously, kind of setting, I guess.
Yeah, because you've got the Annabelle movies, you've got the Nun movie, you've got the Conjuring movie.
The trailer, no. I feel like I've seen it. But there's a whole genre of that stuff that kind of blurs into one for me. But
yeah, I know what you mean. I think the thing is as well is the lead guy in it is also the lead guy in Insidious.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's probably
So
what I'm getting
that's a bit confusing. But
confused.
but yeah, I kind of bracket Sinister, Conjuring, and Insidious, those three movies in the same kind of thingy.
Yeah.
But if I had to put those in an order from third to first, I'd probably go Insidious, Conjuring, Sinister, I think. But
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I think they, I thought The Conjuring was a fucking, it's got some horrendous jump scares, like because obviously, I can't even think of her name right now. That's terrible. The
the lead woman.
yeah, but who she actually played? What's her name? Why can't I even find her on here? The Warrens. Judy Warren. Lorraine Warren. That's it. Lorraine Warren. Fucking hell. Yeah, Lorraine Warren, who's a world famous medium. There's that scene where she's sort of like picking up on the vibes of the grounds outside that tree, which you can see on the picture there, and then it like looks over her shoulder, and you can just see like some decaying legs just swinging from the tree.
Nice.
Like, ugh. But yeah, I think The Conjuring is great.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think all of those as horrors, they all do like really good job of it being a horror.
Yeah. No, I agree. The
They're
Descent.
like serious horrors, aren't they?
Yeah. The Descent. Wow.
That's truly fucking horrible, that film.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
you got
where...
claustrophobia. It's where those women go cave diving, and then there's like devolved. Well, not devolved, like, but there's like humans that have been underground, so they've evolved differently.
Oh yeah, I remember this. It's quite. Why am I laughing? I just feel there's some funny bits in it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you got that.
Some bits in it did make me laugh. It's just when they get, they always get those shots, don't they, with some of these horrors. But
yeah,
that's scary.
Yeah, there's also like an alternate ending, which was a bit confusing. But
yeah.
So it's like
vaguely remember that.
Yeah, so the ending of this one, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it, but it has been out since like 2005. Is the woman or one of the women escapes, and you're like, oh my gosh, she's escaped, and then it turns out she's still in the cave and she's just like hallucinating.
That's alternate ending.
Escape. No, I think that is the ending that they went with. But then there's another there's another ending where she did escape. So then going into the second movie, it's like, hang on a minute, which ending did they go with here?
It's interesting.
But no, I thought it's good. It's creepy. The monsters are terrifying. It's very gory. You've got the claustrophobia of the cave diving. One of the worst scenes, which is it's actually making my teeth go funny right now, is where that lady is trying to climb up the rope. No, someone is abseiling and this woman's got and it like burns her hands to fuck. Like,
oh god,
But so I really hurt my wrist. So you got that. I think it's a good movie. It's possibly great, but I think it's definitely good.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Good or great, whatever Lost goes with.
I'll put it up. I don't know. I kind of want to put it in great because
I'd be happy with
it. Might pop it in there.
Oh, you muted yourself, Loss.
Explaining it. Well, mate, it's fine.
Mid-South saying great. Come on.
I must have pressed something there. But yeah, I feel like I want to put it in great just because.
Put it in great.
I'd do it great. I agree.
So cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I tell you, just a random tangent, just because I've just seen it in good, which I think it should still stay in there. But I watched a 2-hour documentary on the making of Stephen King's It series in the 90s. And it's really interesting because obviously it's a fucking brilliant, and the dude who again evades me fucking names today, who plays the clown, fucking
Tim
brilliant.
Curry.
Tim Curry, that's it, right? And I was watching the documentary, and you've got like the actors, you've got all the director, the producers, and that, right? Obviously, at the end of that series, or it's a two-parter, you've got the alien spider.
Yeah.
And they were all like, we fucking hated it. It was shit. We didn't want to do it, but it's in the book, so we had no choice. We were like, you had the clown, who was the most terrifying antagonist, and then for the last part of our movie, we had to get this big prosthetic shit spider. Like all of them, they fucking hated it. It's fascinating. Obviously, that was the part that was panned. But isn't it fascinating? Like that, you got directors and producers and everyone on set filming it, being like, "This is fucking stupid." I thought it was really, in a weird way, I thought it was really cool. But it wasn't, it's nothing they could do about it because they had to follow the
book. Yeah, I wonder if you could ever just change it and be like,
it's like,
if it didn't like the way the book ended, we're just gonna do that, but do an alternate ending.
Yeah. It would have just been better if they just fought the clown.
Yeah, it's like beep boop beep beep. Stephen,
the
mate.
clown was terrifying because he was crafty, wasn't he? Like,
it's just horrendous. So creepy.
That bit, sort of not off tangent, but the bit in the remake of it where she's talking to the old lady, and she just freezes. That's one of the for me, that's one of the weirdly scariest bits in a film.
Yeah,
because it's just I don't think it's been done in anything else. It's just horrible. She's just you're like, is she dead? And then she just
I think it's because like it's not natural. Because I imagine you were having a conversation with someone, and then they just did that. You'd instantly just be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah. I mean, imagine if you did that to someone.
Yeah.
Just freak someone the fuck out, couldn't you?
It's like, apparently one of the scariest things you can do to someone that you don't know, right? Which, to be fair, there's no rule against it. If you go into an elevator, and you just stare into the corner, you just stand and stare into the corner, because it's like, why are they not looking at the door?
Yeah.
It's just like it'll just completely
throw them off.
Yeah. And they were like, what the fuck is going on?
Go and stand in the corner for extra points.
Literally just stand and stare into the corner of the lift. Not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
You can always just turn around when the door opens, but it's just because it's so not right.
It's not what we're used to seeing.
Like,
everyone faces the door, wait for the door to open and get out.
And then walk out.
Yeah.
Which even like I say, it's weird, isn't it? Just facing a door. It's like,
I mean, they're literally doing the same thing you are. They're just looking at something else and turned around when you break it down. But it's
you'll walk in there and then turn around. So what's wrong with walking in there, just waiting, and then turning around when it opens? But it just doesn't. It's just weird.
They used to do that in school, didn't they? Did they do it in your school? Where if you're naughty, you'd go in the corner of the room and face.
Yeah, stare at the corner. Yeah.
I doubt they do that at schools now.
Yeah, now they get rewarded.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to Thorpe Park. We're going to Thorpe Park because you had a whole week where you didn't tell the teacher to fuck off.
Yeah.
Gotta give a round.
That was always the case. The naughty kids, and it like, oh my god, like it's a bit like, this is a weird comparison, but it's a bit like the price of petrol, right? It's like now we're like, oh my god, look at petrol, isn't it so cheap at $1.55 per litre? Because it was nearly £2 last year. It's like you push the boundary so that when it comes back down a little bit, it's like, wow.
100%.
If you have a kid that tells the teacher to F off every week and then 1 week they don't, they're like, oh my god, well done.
Yeah. That's always the case, isn't it, with life? It's like,
isn't it? You just raise the boundary of what is unacceptable so that you bring it back a little bit. By 2 years ago standards, it would have been a joke. 155 a litre. What are you on about? You know, but anyway, it's fucking.
I swear, it is, isn't it? It's definitely their marketing campaign.
100%. They're like, oh, we're doing you a favour. Look, it's only 150 now. Yeah. It's only 30p more than 2 years ago.
Good marketing,
isn't it? But,
The Exorcist. Watched it recently. Bought it recently. Watched it
Yeah, you
recently.
did.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would get slammed if we put it in anything other than a masterpiece. But I just,
I'm going to be honest. I didn't like
strange one.
just that much. I thought it was good. I thought it was good as like a staple of the horror genre.
Yeah.
I didn't actually like the film, but I think majority that's because it looks incredibly aged.
Yeah.
Especially on the special effects sort of stuff. But you do what you have to do at the time it was made. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it definitely had an awe about it at the time.
Yeah.
I just remember lots of people saying about it so I think for the time it was.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, people
fucking
throwing up,
masterpiece.
fainting.
Yeah. But that's the only trouble with some of, like, obviously now when we're judging films, it's like some of them are so aged, it's hard to look back at that and think that was like at the time it was the best.
But then
what was available.
you look at Alien, which is from the 79,
Yeah.
and that's fucking
Well, like the Star Wars, the
really
first, like, so, you know, some of them, not horror, but like considering the age, like how fucking well that shit aged and how well they made it look. Yeah, so I know what you mean. Yeah, some of them, I guess some of them are just bad films.
It was also like a bit. I was actually quite surprised. It's the first time I'd watched it in ages. Like how much of a slow burner really The Exorcist is. Like I think it takes a little while before she's even possessed.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think. Oh, fucking hell. I think Great would be fair.
I'd be happy with Great.
Yeah, I think I could live with myself putting it in Great.
Yeah. Evil Pixie says Exorcist has not aged well, but the book is better. Highly recommend.
There we go.
Let's check
I
out.
suppose the thing as well with a book is that it's in your imagination, so it's like it doesn't technically age, does it?
Yeah. The Fly is one of the most disturbing movies ever made. Jeff Goldblum.
The Fly.
Do you like it? Have you seen it?
It's fucking weird.
It's fucking horrific, man.
Yeah, I mean,
there's so many scenes in it that are just fucked. Even like the scene where he does that arm wrestle.
Yeah,
he snapped that guy's wrist, and then you got him literally degenerating into a fly. You've got the fact that he's impregnated that woman, and she doesn't know if it's going to be like a fucking larvae or not. It's just like, oh my god! You got.
I mean, it's like weirdly iconic.
It
needs its own section.
It does.
I mean, the only thing that I can see that's on there that would come close and still haven't watched it is like Tusk.
Yeah, that film, fuck.
Kind of be in there with it, but
it's just the way that he just degrades and just. But then it's got a proper satisfying ending as well. Oh no, actually, even that is sad. When so he's like fully like become the Fly and that, and then he tries to put her in the machine with her, and then I think she manages to escape, and then he like gets melded with the machine itself, so he's all like fucked up.
Oh, he's like
he's got the shotgun, and then he fucking like with his little weird antenna arm puts the shotgun to his it's horrendous, man.
Great.
And then she blows his fucking head off.
Like, so weird.
But
I need to watch this because I ain't watched it.
Oh, mate.
I'll put it on the list.
I mean,
horrific.
If anyone, I can't imagine anyone else being in that film than Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum, yeah. What a hero.
It suits him. But I always see him in any other film now, even like Jurassic Park, and I just always see him as the Fly.
Yeah. What do you think then? What do you think?
I kind of think great. There's so many things in it that are like great. It can't even be a masterpiece because there's nothing else that's been made that's like it. Just a rememberable, like, weird film that I don't even know if it's a horror or but I liked it. I did like it.
Yeah.
Maybe I like a film that, like, if you think about a film after or a couple of days,
Yeah,
I kind of like those films.
yeah.
So
I've seen it a few times, and then I was sort of like years back, and then I was like, "Do you know what? I fancy watching that," and I just forgot how fucking disturbing the film was until I was watching. I was like, "Why am I watching this for my own enjoyment right now?"
I haven't watched it for a long time. I feel like I need a rewatch.
Oh man, it's actually horrendous, but it's good. It is good. I'd be happy with great, definitely.
Yeah, cool.
That is fucking. I broke my pen.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that would be. Oh, what an existence.
Say if we go up to The Ring, we'll call it after that one.
I've actually broke my pen. Devastated.
The Grudge. I often get The Grudge and The Ring mixed up.
Yeah,
Me too.
I know that the Ring. What happens with The Grudge? Because The Ring obviously comes out of the well, comes through the TV, 7 days.
Yeah.
What's The
I don't
Grudge?
think I've seen The Grudge.
It's very, very The Ring-esque, isn't it?
Yeah, they're both Japanese. What is The Grudge?
I'm kind of looking at the trailer now.
Grudge is an American supernatural horror film series released. The first installment is a remake of Ju-On, The Grudge, and follows a similar storyline. Okay, I was asking what the storyline was. The Grudge is a 2004 super written by, produced by Sam Raimi. The plot. The Grudge describes a curse that is born when someone dies in the grip of extreme rage or sorrow created when the person died. Those who encounter the curse die, and the curse is reborn repeatedly, passing from victim to victim in an endless growing chain of horror. The following events are explained in their actual order. However, the film is presented in a non-linear narrative. Oh, yeah. It's the one with Buffy in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen that because
I don't think I've seen it. I think in my head I'm getting mixed up with
The Ring.
The Ring.
I've definitely seen The Ring.
I like there's a picture of like the hand in the hair. I remember that being a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Washing the hair and there's another hand in there. Yeah, I mean, again, like I just look at her and I'm like, yeah, Buffy.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? Good? Less than good?
I must have seen it. I'd be happy with good because I can't remember.
Yeah,
and my head, whenever I'm trying to think of something that happened in The Grudge, all I can see is The Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Ring was. Oh, we'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, what's under good? Between that,
You got okay and bad.
I feel okay. I'm happy with okay. To be fair, nothing stands out of The Grudge to me.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Grudge in the mud.
That's it. So another film in the mud. But none.
It was disappointing, wasn't it?
The only positive of this film for me was the atmospheric, like the sound, like it was literally just like that literally was the only part I'm like, that's pretty unsettling. The rest of it was just fucking borderline stupid.
And also they did what I fucking hate. Like they showed a few of the good jump scares in the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
What are you doing? But Valak as like the nun as like an antagonist visually is awesome. But I just
for me it's okay, or nah, I don't know if it will go bad. As far as bad, maybe just teetering bad, but it's no further than okay.
Yeah, I saw it at the cinema.
Yeah, I did as well.
I went for a piss during the bit where they explained the history, which was not ideal. But yeah, so it's not very good, is it? It's not very good.
I feel like I haven't seen it. I'm just looking at the trailer there, and it seems like they're jumping on the fact of like the success of the other films.
Oh,
because it's like,
Yeah.
director of this, or like before,
Yet
before,
another spin-off.
before The Conjuring. It's like that's some of those films, they kind of blend into one. But that one don't stand out to me at all.
Yeah, that interesting fact, a bit of trivia. The girl that plays the holy nun in that, like the good nun, if you like, is the sister of the woman who plays Lorraine Warren in the main.
I think it's her daughter. I'm sure it's her daughter.
I think it's her. I think it's like a younger. I think it's like 20 years between them.
Oh, okay, right, okay. No, Vera. Is it Vera the older one? Vera Farmiga.
Yeah, Taissa Farmiga. Yeah, Taissa Farmiga, sister of the Conjuring's Vera Farmiga. Right, okay. But I think there is like 20 years between them.
It's quite a gap.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's for me. It's okay. I'll put it in okay.
Yeah, it could have been so much more.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Right, The Ring.
Ring, 7 days. That spawned a whole genre of people phoning people up and going 7 days on the phone, didn't it?
Yeah. It's iconic for kind of the pop culture. It kind of was involved in afterwards.
Yeah.
Also, it was creepy as.
Yeah, I watched that at the cinema.
As well, if someone come through the TV is cool.
And like the videotape, the build up, there's like all those disturbing images, and there's a guy who puts his finger on the nail, and then his nail comes out. You remember that?
Yeah.
All the imagery that flashes really quickly, and one of them was the fucking you put your finger on. That's horrible.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, it was good marketing. I remember to get the film out there. What we got was definitely great, I would say.
Yeah.
I think I'd put it in great. Maybe just scrapes masterpiece, possibly. But I think I'd be more settled if it was in great.
Yeah,
I think great.
Yeah, I'm not sure it just doesn't cut the mustard for masterpiece, but it's close. Out of the greats, it's up there.
Yeah.
Scraping, trying to get into masterpiece.
No, I think that's fair. Evil Pixie says you should do your own horror movie episode talking about different bits from your favorite horror films. I mean, we're going to put all of these into one.
Yeah.
Because that is probably going to be like a 6-hour pod at this rate.
Yeah, it's funny. It could be funny.
It's like half an hour each time.
Yeah.
Quite easily, yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got, what's that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We've got at least another 18 films.
Nice.
When you first saw this, did you think 1, possibly 2 episodes?
Yeah, 100%. I thought it might even be, if we, went balls to the wall, we'd do it in one. But then I think it was the first time we did it. I was like, this is not going to go in one episode.
It's a beast.
Yeah.
I quite like it. It's actually a nice thing to do. Do they do like other ones like
Yeah, we can do anything. Comedy.
Comedies.
Because it's a nice. I kind of like it as a segment thing, and then chop it together, and then because sometimes like a pod is not like an hour and a half, whatever. You can't do an hour and a half on some subject, so it's nice to have like these at the end. And I do enjoy these.
Yeah,
definitely, I agree.
But we'll save this. I'm going to say it again. Hopefully, we'll finish it in the next one.
Yeah.
But
when you press save, it just breaks.
Yeah.
I have had a bit of a contingency plan for this because I haven't actually had to press save or download. It's just literally saved on my tab each time I bring it up. But I have screenshotted just in case. I'll do it again now. But I screenshotted what it was before we did the
So
update.
yeah,
Oh,
Because
nice.
if I lose all of it, I'm like, there's no fucking way I'll be able to, unless I go back through all the footage and see what each one has. I'm not doing
What
that.
happens when you download it then? Does it give it like a list or something? Or is
I'm
it
guessing it just saves like an image, and you just
okay.
have the image of it. I
Have
guess.
the image, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But yeah. Dude.
just quickly shout out to Liam, who said just got back from a job interview.
Nice.
Good luck. Best of luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck.
Hope you get it, mate. Well, what
Right.
a journey we've been on.
We've been quite
Absolutely.
kind, really. There's not that many bad or bottom of the barrel.
Nah.
No, it's more like there's some of them that aren't really. I mean, like Watership Down we put in because it's not really a horror film, I guess.
Yeah.
House of Wax was truly bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Smiley, you said it
Awful.
was awful. I mean, the most
Awful.
controversial one is probably the Halloween
Yeah.
reboot, but I stand by it. I think it's
Yeah.
absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know in the comments if you disagree.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be loads of people, especially if you look at the OK section. There's a couple of films in there. I've already been told personally by my satellite, you have made a grave error. I'm like, oh, weird. But yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
For the next episode. Hope you have a great day, whatever you're doing, wherever you're listening from or watching from. Up the APMA, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.